Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Preach Out FM and TV. And as usual, this is Steve Makori. Here we talk about mental health awareness, everything that has to deal with mental health and mental illnesses. And today I have a guest on the show. And before I introduce this wonderful friend of mine, I want you to please subscribe. Make sure that you share this video. Let us reach to as many people as we can. And also, besides subscribing and sharing, make sure that you leave a comment right there, what you want us to bring to the show, the kind of guests that you want to have, because we are going to have a lot of people coming on board. We will have counselors, we will have people that deal with specific issues from depression and many other mental illnesses. So please, whatever that you would want or you would wish to have on this show, make sure that you write it on the comment section, and we will be much delighted to read your comments next time. And today we want to talk about childhood development and how it affects us as adults. You know, there are things that when we grew up, there are character traits that we inherit from our parents, from our guardians, those people that were taking care of us. There are things that we went through. There are traumatic events that we encountered as children. And as we grow up, unapata these things, they affect us in one way or another. And so today, I brought my friend on board. After he will introduce himself, and you'll get to know what he does and how he's of importance to this show. My brother, welcome.
Hello, good people. My name is Benson Onami Abuka, and I'm a friend to this counselor here. My area of profession is financial coach, but again, I'm a pastor. We pastor together with him in a certain church called GRC. Welcome back. I'm also a mental champion. I love things to do with mental, and that is why I've saw a need of coming and that we share together with my brother here so that you may get to learn a lot more. We know many things are yet to come. Welcome back to this show. Karibuni sana. And I have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
He will say about it.
Yes, he has a YouTube channel, by the way. You should go there. The channel is Eliab Onami.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you go there, learn more about finances, because there's also a lot that you have to learn from finances. Pia kuna vile they connect, you know, finances and mental health. They do connect. So please make sure that you subscribe to his channel, and you're going to learn a lot from him. So my brother,
yes,
this is a tutaifanya tu Q freelance.
Yes.
I had not prepared anything concerning it, so we are just going to have a discussion.
Yes.
And the reason as to why I want us to talk about childhood development is because, one, I know you are a parent.
Yes.
And you have dealt with a lot of youths before.
Yeah.
Even in churches and so many other events that I've seen you interacting with youths. And so there's a time I had this case whereby this young lady, yes, and maybe she could be watching, this young lady has been having issues with relationships.
Yeah.
In a way that she ends up dating people who are so abusive.
Yeah.
Abusive in terms of physical and also emotional abuse.
Yes.
And when we were talking, I realized also that she's not good at keeping friends, because she was telling me that in most cases, unapata most of the things that she does in her life, she must get validation from her closest friend.
Okay.
And when I interrogated her concerning how she grew up, I realized, or both of us realized that she came from this family whereby there was a lot of criticism from the parents.
Okay.
And also, even when she's good even in terms of books. Ni mtu ambaye ako very sharp.
Yeah.
She's very sharp.
Yeah.
But even she was telling me that even when they used to pass in exams, they could still be criticized. You've not done well.
Yeah.
You could have done better. you know, kwa nini hujapata 100% na umepata 90, such kind of comments from the parents. And to some extent also the parent, the dad was a bit abusive to the mom.
Okay.
And so she grew up not knowing how to express herself, and she could not be able to make decisions on herself. Sometimes she fears making radical decisions in terms of even career and so many other things. So I wanted to bring you on board. Wewe umedeal na youths in most cases. Have you ever encountered such cases whereby unapata this young man or this young lady ajui the way forward, labda ako kwa relationship na aelewi ni nini anafaa kufanya, ama ameingia university, ajui ni career gani ya kuchoose, ama there's something, unapata mtu ako na vision fulani of what they want to do but hayuko sure, ama unapata mtu yes ni jamaa ako sawa lakini hajiamini. Have you ever dealt with such cases?
Yes, I've met several of such, just because of the way we bring up our children. We want to decide everything for them. We want to force our beliefs, our way of life to them, without us nurturing whatever is in them. So the best parenting is you nurturing the gifting that the children have, because every other person you see here has a unique gifting that God has given them. And as a parent, you may want your children to excel in everything, but not all things. There is a way a person is created to excel in a certain thing, but the other one is not good in it. And so what you can do as a parent is for you to encourage that positive trait that you see in your children, affirm them when they do even a little improvement, if there is, any step that they take in their lives, be it that person, that parent that will appreciate, because you criticizing them makes them have undue pressure. And having undue pressure can really be of a negative effect to their lives. Kwa sababu kama mtoto amepata 50% na alipata pengine 30% last time, you need to appreciate that small growth. Otherwise, if you say that you could have gotten 90%, they will have undue pressure, and they will be in that unsettled, a state of unsettledness. So they will not settle. They will say, sasa mbona sijapata, they start blaming themselves. And then you grow up a child that is very good in books, but very weak in other areas. So let us be parents that will nurture our children. By nurturing does not mean that you force them. Explain to them the goodness of something, make them decide, and when they decide wrongly, rectify them, because they have that autonomy of how, on how they need to decide. They have that independent of decision, so that you can be growing a human being. Otherwise, you'll be growing zombies, and zombies are very worse than any. So your children should be supported by you, so that when they're living, they know what exactly they want in life. Otherwise, they'll be doing what you want. Na kuna mtu ataenda asome, kama ulimwambia asome mathematics, atasoma mathematics, akuletee pale degree ya mathematics, aseme wacha mimi niende kuimba, kwa sababu kuimba ndio ilikuwa passion yake.
Ni kweli. And then there's also something that I just want to ask you. Sababu okay, tumesema yes, we grew up in setups whereby unikweli there was a lot of criticism. Even when you've done so well, and you are expecting your parent to congratulate you, labda hiyo siku umefagia nyumba, umefanya nini, at the end of the day this parent atapata yani atatafuta tu makosa fulani, whereby now he or she will say that yes, you've done ABCD, but why didn't you do this and this? Now how we as parents, because I understand there is a negative criticism and positive criticism, how can we be able to differentiate these two, so that yes, okay, to some extent, criticism, positive criticism makes this child to be encouraged and be challenged. So how can we be able to distinguish between positive criticism and negative, so that we don't tusifuke mipaka, we don't go overboard when we are criticizing our children. Do you think there's a way we can distinguish these two?
The only way you can distinguish between the two is you knowing your child very well. You know, as a parent, you are there to nurture. You are there to learn about your child so that you don't put a lot of pressure on them if they can. So ukijua mtoto wako vizuri, utajua mtoto wangu anapendanga nikifanya hivi.
Yes.
He loves when I take him in this direction. And how does that come about? It comes about by you allowing them to make mistakes.
Yeah.
When they make mistakes, then you can rectify the mistakes. But if they are doing good, however small improvement, you need to really cheer them up.
Yeah.
Uambie, nyewe haukupata 50%, but next time najua utapata. Leo umepata 48, utapata 50. Ama leo ulifagia vizuri but uliwacha huku chini uchafu. Or next time ukifagia utoe. So then atasijua, kumbe nafaa kufagia hivi, nafaa kusoma hivi, ninafaa kufanya hivi. Lakini ukikuwa tu wewe hata hii nyumba umefagia na macha uchafu, utakuwa mzazi mwenye unaua morale ya mtoto. And a child that is not motivated, they end up becoming frustrated in life because they want perfection, which is not gotten by human beings. Mungu peke yake ndio perfect.
So number one as parents, as you've heard, we should distinguish between positive and negative criticism, because if you keep on criticizing your child all the time, you are just putting them to that shell whereby now they will want to become perfectionists at the end of the day. And true to this thing, even as parents, we do make mistakes. We do make mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes. We've grown through mistakes. We even saw our parents making mistakes. Our siblings have been making mistakes here and there. Our relatives, the people that we even look up to, even our mentors, they make mistakes. So we should allow our children to learn through the process. And also in them learning that process, please make sure that your criticism comes with positive words, so that at the end of the day, this child knows that yes, my father or my mom has seen what I have done, but their criticism is as a result of them wanting me to go further and doing better. Okay. And also, I don't know how we can also talk about us parents building our children's confidence, because I realized that if and now this affects a lot of ladies. If when they were growing up there were no compliments from the parents, huyu msichana atagrow akijua mimi sio mrembo. Okay. Ama anagrow akijua a certain friend or a certain girl in our neighborhood, yeye ndio mrembo. Unaonanga ile design ya, there was, let's say for example, mahali ulikuwa unaishi kitambo, ulikuwa tu na ule mtoto mwenye angebaiwa manguo mzuri,
sababu ya uwezo wa wazazi.
Yani ungepata tu kwa smart kila saa, anaitwa majina mazuri, sijui anafanyiwa nini. Kama ni birthday parties zinafanywa, vitu kama hizo, ana celebratewa 1-2 hapa na pale. But then now there's this other young girl who is always being criticized, is being abused, funny names, unapata mtoto anaitwa mbwa sijui nini, wewe ni mjinga kama mama yako, you're just a fool like your mom, you're just a fool like your dad, and things like that. So this child grows with an image that I'm not enough. Okay. And they always believe that so and so is much better than me. So and so is way beautiful than me. So and so has a nice body figure than me. And so when she comes out here, let's say for example she wants to date, because at some point she would want to date and get married. Unapatanga first sign of these people, if you want to know that their self-esteem is so low, they hardly take in compliments. They always feel like
nadanganya.
Nimeambia Ben akona shati smart, ni kama nimekutusi.
Yeah.
It's like I have abused you.
Ama you are beautiful, anasema wacha uongo.
Wacha uongo. You're not telling me the right thing. So do you think there is a way we as parents, we can, what kind of mechanisms that we can use to build our children as a self-esteem, so that when they go out here, because we will not be there all the time.
Yeah.
At some point they would want to go and explore things on their own. How can we build their self-confidence, because it really affects them when they grow up?
Yeah, like I said earlier, that ours is to just nurture these young ones for only 18 years. It's not even a lot of years. So nurturing them means that you leave them to do whatever they are capable of doing with your help. Not criticizing, not saying that you are doing a bad thing. Kama wamefanya mistake ndio unaweza kuwa mkali useme hapa wamefanya mistake, lakini kama ni kitu wanajaribu kuexplore, they want to go to this career, wanataka wamefanya hii kitu, unafaa kuwaongelesha in a positive way. Because because they are still young and they are still growing, because we are talking about child development, they take in every word that we say. And it lingers into their minds. So, and imagine you are like a small god, if I might say, as a parent. You are creating an image in their mind that if you tell them that you are ugly, ama wewe ni umbwa, it will stick into their minds. And they can even start calling other children wewe ni umbwa, because they have heard this from the parents. So a parent needs to be always talking positive about their children. Hata kama wamekuwa namba ya mwisho, usiwahi fungua mdomo useme wewe ni umbwa. Sema next time iko huyo mtoto atafeel motivated. Sometimes mtoto amekuambia sitaki hiyo shule, wewe hujachunguza ni kwa nini, unasema wewe ndio nani unaniambia utaki shule. Chunguza, kwa sababu there must be something that the child is trying to portray. So it's important for you as a child to just nurture. If it is talent, if it is against your wish, mtoto amekuwa dancer na wewe ulikuwa unataka akue surgeon, please meza kiburi yako, wacha mtoto aendelee kwa hiyo area, support, and then they will become the better versions of themselves by you talking to them, by you trying to encourage them, by you putting the traits that are positive in their lives. So our words, we should be very careful, because watoto wataamini, na akiamini kumwacha ni shida. Ukiambia mtoto wako wewe ni mjinga, hakuna siku yenye mtu mwingine atamwambia wewe ni mwakili amini, kwa sababu mtu wa kwanza kuprofesa kwa mtoto wake ni mzazi wake. So wazazi wako tunafaa kuwalea kwa ile njia ya kuwafunza sana, kujua kwamba wanafaa kuwa responsible, wamepewa uwezo wote na Mungu, because God does not beg people, he begs people fully. So anafanyanga watu fully. So vile ako hivyo, ako complete, tell them you are complete, there's nothing that you are lacking. Affirm them, make them understand that have a caring parent, because when they grow up they want to have an husband like you. If you are caring, if you are not caring, then they will be abusive. You are creating in their growing mind, and it lingers into their mind forever. So as a parent, be careful with the wordings we call our children, the names that we call them. Be careful to look what they are doing, so that when they are growing holistically. If it is going to play, let them go to play. If they injure, take them to hospital. Lakini hiyo ni process. Usianze kuwavunja mguu kwa sababu alianguka. Wacha wakue vile wanataka, wakue watoto wazuri. Holistically.
And also I just want to lay a question to our viewers. And this is my question. Make sure that you give me an answer on the comment section. While you are growing up, did you ever hear your parent telling you that I'm sorry, nimekukosea? Maybe there's something that your parent did when you were growing up. Did you ever hear your parent telling you that my son, my daughter, I'm sorry, I have done this, please forgive me? Wewe uliwahi sikia kitu kama hiyo?
Niliwahi sikia kwa mama peke yake, baba hakuwaambia. Mama alikuwa so careful, kama amekosea, anakiri, anasema yenyewe nilikuwa nimesikia vibaya kwa sababu yeye, lakini I'm sorry. Atakupiga, lakini anasema na ulifanya hivyo, lakini sitarudia kupiga hivyo kwa sababu nilikuwa hivyo. Lakini baba yeye alikuwa ana kiburi tu. Alikuwa hawezi sema sorry. Kwa hivyo wanaume tunafaa kuwa sorry kwa watoto wetu.
Yeah. And by the way, saying sorry is not very easy.
Yeah.
Even to us grown-ups,
Yeah.
you know, telling your friend that you're sorry, or even your spouse, it is not that easy. But we should also learn to tell our children sorry whenever that we are wrong, because we are teaching them that principle of asking for forgiveness or apologizing whenever they have done something wrong. So we are trying to make them realize that, yes, I have done this mistake and I'm supposed to apologize. It is one way of building them so that when they grow up, asikuwe ule mtu wa kiburi, so that they don't be these proud people who are never sorry, who are always justifying their actions, who are always trying to victimize themselves and putting blame on other people. So please, my fellow parents, make sure that you apologize. Anytime there is an issue, please apologize to your children. And as we have had, there are so many ways that we can build our children's confidence, because it is very important. When this child comes from your home, and let's say, for example, if it is a lady, when this lady knows that I'm beautiful, hata akipatana na mkora hapa nje ajaribu kumdanganya, hawezi danganyika, because she knows, she'll just tell you, I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. There's nothing else that you can tell this lady. And there's no way that you can fool them. If it is a man, if it is a young man, if this young man has been equipped from the house, he is always complimented, he is always appreciated while growing up, anaambiwa sasa, you can do this, you can do better. When he comes outside here, he becomes a very wonderful man. So let us learn to genuinely compliment our children. And by the way, it is not even these big things like umesema kama masomo ama saa zingine even your daughter can come putting on her mother's shoes, and she wants you to tell her that she's beautiful. So make sure that you do that. And in most cases, unapatanga, sometimes we parents, we are so busy that you could be doing something, maybe it is your work or something, you're busy somewhere, or you're stressed or something, and then your child comes and they tell you that, oh, daddy, mommy, I've done this.
Wacha kunisumbua.
Unamwambia wacha kunisumbua, toka hapa endo kana mama yako huko. Which is not good. Which is not good at all.
It kills their morale.
Yes. And also, how can we what do you think we can do to build how can we equip our children to learn how to create boundaries? Because I realized that we adults, we are pretenders. Ben can be my friend, lakini akinikosea, I cannot tell him that indeed you've stepped over my toe, because I'm used to be I grew up nikafunzwa how to just be nice to everybody,
which hurts you. So,
which at the end of the day, it hurts you. Unapata this grown up, every decision that is made in her life ni from the friend or that closest friend. You cannot date so and so. You should not wear this. You should not do this. You want to invest in this business, wewe utaanguka. Hiyo pesa fanya hivi na hivi. Unapata most of these decisions are being made by your friends, and even sometimes they annoy you by doing ill stuff. Kama anachukua, unapata mtu ni rafiki yako amechukua viatu zako amevaa, sijui ameinvade, yani wanapenda kuinvade space. So how can we train our children in a way that at the end of the day they are able to create healthy boundaries, that they can be able to tell somebody that, you know what, hapo mahali umefika, that's not okay. Whatever that you've done to me, I don't like it. How can we instill that courage to them?
Instilling that kind of courage is you telling them their importance. You make them know that they have a certain of importance, they have a certain of privacy, they have a certain of responsibility. So that, you see, if you just don't tell them that hapa ndio mtu anafaa kufika they will take advantage of them. They can even some of them, even your relative can even take advantage of them and even rape them because they are being too nice. So being too nice is not good. Let them be kind but firm. Teach them that aspect of them being very firm but in a polite manner.
In a kind way.
In a kind way. Ako firm, anko penye umefika hapa kwanza kunishika hivyo sijakubaliana nayo. Wewe kuchukua viatu zangu hata kama ni rafiki yangu na huku niomba sijakubaliana nayo. Just try to tell them that it is important for you to be generous from your heart, not a forceful generosity. So if your heart wishes, then you can be generous. If it's not ready, then tell them, no, I'd have this money, but I cannot give you because I have six responsibilities. Kwa sababu I can see a lot of hypocrisy. Unapeana pesa yako and then unaanza kulalamikia watu wengine. Nipeo jamaa pesa. Nipeo jamaa pesa. Kwa nini ulimpea kama ulikuwa unaona
haezi lipa?
Haezi lipa. Si heri ungekataa kumpatia alafu ungekuwa na malalamiko. Because then unamuogopa au mwambie unasema unajua jamaa kwa na pesa yangu, which is a very bad trait in the people that were born maybe some 20 years back. Hatukuwa tunaambiwa hii, lakini ni vizuri kuambia mtoto wako ukataza mtu kitu sio dhambi. Sio dhambi. Sio mbaya. Kupeana kitu si ati ni kwa mzuri. So kama roho yako imekuelekeza kupeana, you give it and then don't complain. But if you can tell them that this is where your boundary reaches, this is how independent you need to be, this is how personal you need to be, nobody should invade in your personal space. They will be comfortable saying that, Uncle, I can't come to your place. Uncle, I cannot eat this if it affects them. Other than kukula alafu walete shida.
So there's one key point amesema hapo, that teach your children, train your children, teach them and train them how to be kind but firm. So let them be kind children but also let them be firm, because hapa nje ni kubaya. If we allow them to be just the way they are, if we cannot instill these things in them, they will end up being affected. And also now, maybe the somebody that is watching, and by the way, this is a very broad topic. Maybe next time tutakuja na part 2. But then again, as we are winding up and finishing, there is somebody that is watching and already he or she is already a victim. Maybe they don't know how to make decisions on their own. They cannot have healthy relationships. They always find themselves in abusive relationships or with people, toxic people. They don't believe that they are beautiful or handsome enough or brainy enough. They always want to do things, they become perfectionists in a way. How can you advise such people? What can they do to overcome such things?
Actually, I would say it's not too late to learn. You can unlearn the patterns that were hindering you. You can just decide to unlearn them. Unaanza kuzitoa polepole kwa sababu now you have this information. Unaanza kujiappreciate. Hata kama watu hawasemi wewe ni mrembo, jiambie kila siku asubuhi kwa mira, I'm beautifully, kwanza napenda kutumia Biblia, jiambie mimi ni beautifully and wonderfully made. Mwambie hakuna mtu atakuwa kichwa changu, mimi ni kichwa wala mimi sio mkia. Affirm yourself from the word of God. Affirm yourself from the people that care about you, because there are a lot of people that care about you. If you see it bringing stress to you, then you need to look for a counselor like my friend here. He will leave his contacts there. Atakusaidia sana ili ukue mtu ambaye Mungu alikusudia ukue.
So as you've heard from my friend, that these things you can unlearn them. I wanted him to say that so that you can also be sure about that. So yes, you can unlearn these patterns, and you are a wonderful and a beautifully made person. Okay? And also, before I finish, I would want you to know that you make a difference. In this world, you make a difference. Regardless of us being billions and billions of people, you still make a difference. God has created you for a certain purpose, and whatever that you've been going through, you can overcome it. So I'll leave my contacts on the comment section and also on the video. my contact is there. Make sure that you reach out to me. There are so many people that we have helped who have been having such issues, and they are doing well. They can now be able to have healthy relationships. They can be able to make decisions on their own. They have learned how to say no, because there are people who can't even say no to things. They have learned how to appreciate themselves, regardless of them growing up in very abusive environments and places where they were not appreciated. So make sure that you reach out. Make sure that you reach out. Make sure that you speak out. Okay. And if you are far enough that maybe you cannot be able to reach out, make sure that you go to a counselor, a certified counselor who can be able to help you, and you will be okay. And finally, remember to subscribe, remember to comment, like, and share, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that the next time we put another video, you'll be the first one to watch. And thank you so much for your support. This is a new show, so we are trying to build it up. You can give us your ideas on the topics that you want us to discuss, the topics that you want us to go through, or the kind of shows that you would want us to bring on board. And I know we shall go far together. Thank you so much. My name is Steve Makori. And remember, he also has a YouTube channel, Elia Bonami. He talks about finances. And not those tips that they tell you how to make millions in 10 days. No. His financial advice is very practical. You just go there and watch. He'll teach you how to save. He'll teach you how to invest. He'll teach you how to take good care of your money, the type of investment that you can avoid, such kind of things. He has amazing. And also, you can reach out to him in his all social media platforms. If there's a project that you want to do and you need a financial advisor, he is here. He can advise you accordingly, and I know you will go far. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye-bye. I love you.
Bye-bye. We love you.